We welcome Orlando Ledbetter of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution with us today. This segment is brought to you by PRN, using their network to help you grow. D-Led, it seems like forever that you've covered the Falcons. How long has it been?
Since the 2005 season, made it through the Jim Mora era, Bobby Petrino, Michael Vick going to jail, blowing the Super Bowl, and here today.
Still here with us. It doesn't seem that long ago, D-Led, that the Falcons led the Patriots 28-3 in the fourth quarter of Super Bowl 51. But so much has changed since then for the Falcons. What really has gone wrong over the last 4 years?
Well, I think they did a good job the first year in battling back and getting to the playoffs. It wasn't a hangover. They fought through that year. But after that, things seemed to go awry. Injuries. The next year, they lost Grady Jarrett. They lost Keanu Neal. They lost Deion Jones and Ricardo Allen, 4 starters out the defense. And so things just kind of went haywire after that. They haven't been able to put it back together as that offensive line got older, started drafting guys for that line, and started to try to replace some of the draft picks that they missed on, Duke Riley, Jalen Collins, and guys, that they had to play, that they needed to play because they were paying the high salaries for some of the other starters. So the misses in the draft on the offensive line and on the defensive side of the ball has led to them being 7-9 over the last 2 seasons, and they're trying to put it back together as they start off here in 2020.
Daryl, they opened the season with a 38-25 loss to the Seahawks, and we expected Seattle to be one of the best teams in the NFC. What did that game say about the Falcons?
Well, it told us that they played with them for a half. They got 14-12 at halftime. Seattle comes out. They're playing with them, get them to 4th and 5, and then boom, they give up a bomb. Remnants of last year when they couldn't cover people. So, and from there, they come back and they try to get back in the game. They go for it on a 4th and 3 on a fake punt, and the up back safety, who's not a running back, fumbles the ball. Surprise, surprise. So that just snowballed. So they're trying to find their way. They thought they did last year when they finished 6-2, had road victories at New Orleans and San Francisco. So they were thinking they could carry that into this season, and they obviously could not.
Their big offseason acquisition, D-Led, was Todd Gurley, obviously. He was Offensive Player of the Year in 2018 and had all those knee issues, but he did have the big game against the Cowboys in the playoffs in the 2017 postseason. If the Falcons debut Sunday, Gurley had 16 touches. He had 36 snaps. Is that kind of what we can expect from him this season with those knee issues, about that many touches, about that many snaps?
Yeah, I think 17 is the magic number. They're saying 20 to 25, and they would have maybe gotten to 20 to 25 if they didn't fall behind 28 to 12. He had 11 carries at the half for 51 yards. Then they have to move away from him at that point. But 16 touches, I think 16 to 17 is about what he had last year with the Rams, and that's the floor. They're hoping that they can hit the floor and maybe get a little bit more production out of Todd Gurley. They definitely want to throw him the ball in the passing game and establish the run, which sets up their play action fakes and so forth.
Okay, Daryl, they've got a Super Bowl quarterback, Matt Ryan. They got a former NFL MVP runner-up, Todd Gurley. They got Julio Jones, who's one of the 2 or 3 best receivers in football. They had 300-yard receivers last week. Got 4 number-1 draft picks on the offensive line. Why isn't this offense the second coming of the greatest show on turf?
Well, I think it's the line, Goose. You got 2 second-year guys on the right side, Chris Lindstrom, who we think is going to be pretty good, and Keenan Forney helped to train him, old Texas Tech guy. And the right tackle, Caleb McGarry, had trouble against speed, so, he's a good blocker in the run game. The left guard spot is unstable. We've got James Carpenter and then 3rd-round pick Matt Hennessy there. And then Alex Mack is 35. So Jake Matthews at the left tackle was solid. The key to their Super Bowl run was that line played every game together, all 16 during the regular season and all 3 in the playoffs. Now, can this group build some continuity, open some holes from Gurley that allows Matt Ryan to throw his play action passes? And then can that front line be firm in the interior pocket? When Matt Ryan can step into his throws, the Falcons go to the playoffs. When he can't step into his throws and he's getting rushed through the A-gap, they struggle. You don't want Matt Ryan on the move. He's not Lamar Jackson. He's Matt Ryan. You got to protect him.
D-Led, the Cowboys lost their first game to the Rams on Sunday night, and they come back. Big game for both teams. Neither team wants to go 0-2 to start the season. Obviously, going to put you on the spot. What do you see happening in this game, and who do you see winning it?
Yeah, I got to see a little bit of that. I think the Falcons are going to pull this one off. They got to pull it together. They cannot afford another bad start. They started 1-7 last year. They started 1-4 the year before that, and they can't start 0-2 again here in 2020. The way to beat the Cowboys is up the middle. Your linebackers are out. Stay away from DeMarcus and Griffin and Alden Smith. Let them do their thing outside. Hit them up the middle, and then you should be able to throw some stuff to Julio, Ridley, and Russell Gage to get you some points. They got to score touchdowns. It's real simple. And not settle for the field goals when they come to Arlington on Sunday.
D-Led, thank you so much for joining us, and have a great season.
Thank you all for having me.